Okay, so I'm going to attach this equipment to Ghalta, and then because of the exponential growth, all my creatures' power is massive, so I'm gonna swing with all, because Ghalta is going to create a tapped and attacking creature because of the growth. It's going to be a 20, and that's all coming at you right in the face.
Whoa. Just stop. None of this is realistic.
You didn't ask for reality. You asked for more teeth.
The names. Striker, Lighthearter.
Lady Celestia.
Together we are Celestial Strike. Woo, we are back and we are live from a remote location just outside of the tavern. How the heck are you, Celestials?
How goes it
this
fine day?
It's a fine day. Saturday for us. So we've seen a lot of stuff come and go with the old MTG realm, and March of the Machine is the next little bit. We already did a little podcast of, all these new commanders and our favorite ones and some ideas and all that. So if you haven't already checked that out, make sure you do. It's right here on the page. But what we're going to start doing is kind of layering in our deck techs, and this is one of them. Do a little Selesnya, doing one of our favorite ones so far, and it might full on be our favorite. This is Ghalta and Mavren.
Ooh, y'all.
Oh yeah. So the fun part here. So we got a 3 and then 2 green, 2 white for a 12/12. Yes, 12/12 dinosaur vampire legendary creature with trample. Whenever we attack, we're gonna choose one of these things. Create a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur creature token with trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures. That's an important distinction to know. It's other attacking, but
huge.
still very, very, very huge.
That's what she said.
So we can do that, or we can create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures.
Ugh.
So
Oh my god.
this one's gonna be fun. So basically, you want tokens, you want big baddies. It's right up the realm of Selesnya. They couldn't have done it better, because when you think of green, you think of big old stompy. When you think of white, you're thinking lifelink too. It's in there, but also tokens, right? That's a lot of the whole Selesnya vibe is tokens and all that. Usually do it in a particular order. We kind of start at a higher level and then drill our way down and show you guys how we're building it, why we're building it, and all that good stuff. But before we get too far into it, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We do these pretty often. Make sure you let us know in the comments throughout the video kind of what your favorite part of it is, how you would build it, and all of that. But without further ado,
Adieu.
Lady C, let's talk about some mana rocks.
Mana rocks.
And also, to preface with all this stuff too, we are not saying this is an end-all be-all. These are just some recommendations we're throwing out there. If you want to see the full deck, that is in a link in the description below. So just a little bit.
So yeah, Soul Ring, duh, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like a must for any
got
deck.
to.
Arcane Signet, also, again, a must.
Yep.
2-drop. You get to add any one mana of any color in your commander's identity color. And then we have Selesnya Signet.
Yep.
So this one's pretty cool. For a 1 mana and then tap the Selesnya Signet, you get a Signet. You get a green and white.
Yep. So
that's pretty nice.
Pretty easy ramp. Also, Commander Sphere. It's a little 3-drop. You add 1 color of any of our commander's color identity, but the fun part is that we get to sack it and draw a card. So if we're really desperate for some card draw, we can use that.
Yeah.
Same with the Selesnya Clue Stone as well as another 3-drop. Tap it for either or green or white, but you can also pay the 2, tap it, sack it, draw a card too. So having those as a draw outlet later in games can be pretty awesome. And then the Firemind Vessel I really like because you get to add 2 mana of any color. It is a 4-drop, so it's a little more expensive, and it also enters the battlefield tapped. But if you can get it out there and just kind of take your lumps, it's a pretty nice little card to have in there. So
sweet deal.
Yeah. So like I said, that is not a
end all be all.
Yeah, there's more in the deck. There's just a few of our recommendations. That's kind of how the whole podcast is set up anyway. It's up for interpretation. So let's talk about maybe some ramp. Speaking of
ramp.
Yup. And to remind, just like we were saying, this is going to have some in here to where you're like, why didn't you put this one in there? It might be in the deck list already, but going to hit the high notes. So, Lady C, what are we looking at?
So we have the Land of War Elves. For 1 green, you get a 1/1 Elf Druid.
Oh, yeah.
You can tap him to add mana, AO. The Elysian Caryatid.
Yup.
For 1 and a green, you get a 1/1 plant. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, add 2 mana. So that's nice.
Very easy in this deck, too.
And then Incubation Druid. This one to me is like the best. Yeah. I love this one. 1 and a green. You get a 0/2 Elf Druid. You can tap it, add a mana of any type that a land you control could produce. If it has a 1/1 counter on it, you get to add 3 mana. And so for 3 and 2 green, you can adapt 3. That makes it a more powerful creature. It gets 3 1/1 counters on it. But then, yeah, and then you also you're going to get to tap it for more mana as well.
Yep. So that's why we just love Incubation Druid. Just.
It's a good one.
Just 1/1 counter, you get triple the mana. It's just awesome. Also, like to throw Cultivate in here just to get a little extra card ramp and just go and get our basic lands. I mean, that's just a staple. There's also like Kadama's Reach and stuff like that, but you get the idea. You want to put those types of cards in there. Go get your land fetches. Good times.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's just kind of the boring part of it, if you will.
The basics.
Yeah, you got to have your fundamentals. Now you start getting some more nuancy things like your artifacts. So several different ways to build this deck. The way that I did it, my artifacts are going to be about creating tokens, commander protection, things like that, pumping my creatures and whatnot. So just like we're looking at here, Catcher's Monument, it's a 3-drop, but our white creature spells are going to cost 1 less to cast. So we can get this out here. Our commander's not a 7-drop anymore, it's a 6-drop, right? And whenever we cast a creature spell, we're going to create a 1/1 white warrior creature token with vigilance. We want a lot of creatures on the board because we can do our stuff with our commander. Also, the Spear of Heliad, it's 1 and 2 white. And then creatures are going to get +1/+1. I like this one a lot too. If we pay, that's 1 and 2 white, right?
Correct.
So you're going to pay 3, tap it. We can destroy target creature that dealt damage to us this turn. So it kind of is a nice little protection for yourself because they can swing, but we're going to destroy it if it hits us, right?
Yeah.
So if it's one of their awesome creatures, they kind of got to be careful with their swings a little bit. So I like that one a lot. Also, the Moon Silver Spear. It's for 4, but we're going to equip our creature. It has first strike. Whenever our equipped creature attacks, it's going to create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying, and you pay the equip 4. So when you're comboing it up, you got your commander out there. It's going to have first strike and trample now. When you're attacking, it's going to automatically create that 4/4. So you just keep adding creatures, and 4/4 white angel with flying. I mean, who doesn't already want that? Anyway,
yeah.
But it just pairs well with the commander. I think that was all we were going to touch on. Yeah, that was all the little artifacts we were talking about there as far as just your basis goes. But like I said, let us know which ones you'd be adding in there, which ones you'd take away. Sigiled Sword of Valerian, I believe, is in the deck. I just didn't put it in here yet. That one is a 3-drop. When you attack, you get +2/+0. And when you attack, you create. I think it's a 3/3 or a 2/2 knight with vigilance and all that. So that's a nice one to add as well.
The thing I like about this commander is I feel like there's so many different directions that you could take with it. There's so much flavor.
Yeah, because you can go all in on the big creatures, or you can go all in on the tokens, and then you can do a little blend of the two, which is kind of what I'm doing. So so I like it, but you got to be able to remove some stuff too. You can't just come in here high flying and it is what it is. So sometimes you've got to interact.
Got to have that balance.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
We believe in balanced decks.
Yeah, we are a balanced podcast. So let's talk about a little bit of this Lady C.
Ew. Swords to Plowshare. Exile target creature for 1 white.
Yeah.
Its controller gains life equal to its power. So, yeah, you have to giving them life, but I mean, it's just a 1-drop and you can exile a creature. So that's incredible
removal. Yeah.
Fateful Absence for 1 and a white. Destroy target creature or planeswalker its controller investigates.
Yep.
And that one, again, is, I think, still extremely valuable.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, Ram Through, where the target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to a target creature that you don't control.
Yep. So you got to like those. And that's just your basis.
Just basic stuff.
Add more, add less. It's completely your prerogative.
But those kinds of
that's kind of the theme you're looking for. The first 2, Swords and Fateful Absence, those are, in my opinion, if you have any white deck, the non-negotiable staple. Swords is in every single one, Fateful Absence is in every single one, and they're just too cheap and they're too easy to get rid of stuff.
Typically, we like to build our decks very creature-centric, very big, heavy hitting, but at the same time, you want to have that defense as well. Build in that defense,
exactly. And, as a reminder, most of our decks are more power for less dollars. So there can be some upgrades, and if you don't want to get out of the budget, you can get crazy with it. But we're keeping it a little more manageable. Try to keep it around $100 most of the time. But speaking of, let's talk about protecting our commander. We got Ghalta and Mavren out there. We're having fun.
That bad boy's expensive. You don't want to have to recast it.
Someone's trying to throw a murder card on us, and Blood Chief's Thirst. Somebody's trying to do something to our stuff.
Dang.
So we got to protect. Before we attack, then we snack. So this is what we're talking about, Lady C.
Lady C in the house. Mirror Shield for 2. Its equipped creature gets +0/+2 and has hexproof. And whenever a creature with Death Touch blocks or becomes blocked by this creature, destroy that creature with an equip cost of 2.
Yep.
And then we've got Swift Boots. This one's a good one too. For 2, artifact equipment, where equipped creature has hexproof and haste, and it costs 1.
Yep.
1 to equip. And then this one's a little bit more expensive, but still awesome and worth it. It got the archetype of endurance. So for 6 and 2 green, you get a 6/5 enchantment creature, Boar. Creatures you control have hexproof. Creatures your opponents control lose hexproof and can't have or gain hexproof.
Good job.
Ooh.
Yep. Big fan of that. So.
I love cards that take away from the other players' pizzazz.
Yeah, because they're trying to do all the crazy stuff, and we're like,
I like it when we neuter their stuff.
Yeah.
It just feels good.
Yeah, it really does.
I don't know.
Yep. And whenever you have your own big stuff coming in, kind of nice to just kind of neuter their stuff like you're talking about, and just kind of makes them rage. If you ever see anybody throw some cards across the table, there's just no better feeling in Commander than that.
Than that rage quit.
So, anyway, speaking of, let's talk about how we're going to beat these people and make them throw their cards across the table.
Ayo.
The fun combos / the combo, however you want to go about it. There's a couple that I have in here, and I think they're going to work out this time. I've had some past podcasts where I put a combo together and I was so excited about it, but reading the card explains the card, so I didn't fully read it, and I was really excited, and I was like, here we go. Oh wait, this says instant or sorcery, this is an enchantment. No, so this one though I think's gonna work out. We got Ghalta. You start with your commander. You got Cathar's Crusade, which is whenever another...
Oh my god.
Yeah, whenever...
This one paired up with it. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So anytime any enters, you get to put a 1/1 counter. So what if you're putting on
Yep, the
10?
X.
Is that getting
That's 10
everything
1/1 counters.
10 1/1 counters?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so for 3 and 2 white, that's exactly what this does. That's why it's a little more expensive. So, you know, we got more power for less money, but
you get this out there as soon as you can. You don't
Yeah.
even have to have your, you know what I mean? Like get this out there ASAP. That way every creature you're putting out there is getting point.
And that's the whole thing. And then after we do that, right? Let's just say we have 5 creatures. And so we create the X 1/1. So we're going to create 5 more creatures. Everybody's going to get +5 counters, right? Then the next turn, or depending on our mana situation, the same turn, second harvest, we can play this as an instant. For each token we control, create a token that's a copy of that permanent.
What?
So now we're going to double all of our tokens, and who knows how many we have at that point.
Dude, green white. It's just so much fun.
And that's what I'm saying.
It's just so much fun.
So everybody's going to get all these 1/1 counters, and then we're going to
finish him.
So it just is what it is.
Yowzas.
So that's a very fun combo, in my opinion.
Oh my god, no.
If you can pull it off, that's
I love it.
pretty nasty.
I love it.
Pretty nasty.
Love it.
There's another one in here, though. Lady C.
Unnatural growth. I was thinking about
Yes.
that. I was thinking unnatural growth is perfect. So for 1 and 4 green, you get an enchantment that at the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn.
Yep.
So if you've got that paired with the Cathar's Crusade,
Oh, man.
holy crap.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
And then we have Impervious Great Worm for 7 and 3 green. Very expensive. Boy. Gotta hope we got the mana rocks out there, you guys. But you get a 16/16 worm with Convoke, which means your creatures can help cast the spell. Oh, well, hey.
Looky there. Looks like we found our ramp.
There you go. And it has Indestructible. So
Yep.
you've got a gazillion little teeny tinies. You get out there with a 16/16 Indestructible.
And then unnatural growth would be a 32/32. So,
Dang.
yeah.
Find something to give that mofo trample.
Yeah, if you get a trample, it's way over. But Ghalta being a 24/24 already kind of hurts, you know? So,
Yeah.
with trample. And so,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. So those are our combos. Let us know which ones we missed. Let us know which ones you're doing on Ghalta. And
There's also, what is it, Colossus?
Colossification.
Classification.
Just wait on that.
Oh.
Just wait on that. That's what we call a teaser. Synergy, though. Let's talk about, we got in Synergy enchantments, got Synergy creatures. We're going to start with the creatures. So like we said before, we're very creature centric whenever we build decks. And so there's going to be a lot of them in here. And most of the creatures we have in there are already going to be synergistic, if you will, if that's a synergy. So let's start with the Reese, the Redeemed. It's for either one, green or white, just one, for a 1/1 elf warrior. Here's the deal, though. You can pay 2 and either or to tap it, create a 1/1 green and white elf warrior creature token. So that's kind of the theme of the deck, right? But here's the fun one. You can pay 4 and then 2 of any combination of green or white. Tap it. For each creature token we control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. So we can just, you know, build up our board real quick. So if we already have some tokens out there, if we pay the 6 and get Reese going, it starts getting crazy, especially if you have Cathar's Crusade, because then now you're going to get 1/1 counters out the waz. Yeah. Destiny Spinner. I usually put this in almost all of my green decks because it's a 1 and a green for a 2/3 human. Whenever creature and enchantment spells we control cannot be countered. So that's really the main thing. You can also do a little activated ability. It's 3 and a green for a target land we control becomes an XX elemental creature token with trample and haste until end of turn, where X is the number of enchantments we control. It is still a land. We're probably not going to use that activated ability in this deck unless we absolutely have to, but there's not
got the protection from.
It's mostly the counter thing.
The counter stuff. If you're going up against your blue decks.
Yeah.
If you can get it out there.
A little more protect.
Yeah.
Then we got Selesnya Guild Mage for any combination of 2 green and white for a 2/2 elf wizard. And whenever we pay 3 and a green, we can create a 1/1 green sapperling creature. Or we can pay 3 and a white, and creatures we control get +1/+1 until end of turn. So pretty nice because it works with both of the things that we're trying to do with or either one of the things we're trying to do with our commander, because we either want the highest power, so we do the plus ability, or we want a bunch of creatures, so we make the tokens. So kind of like that. Lady C, what else are we looking at?
So we have Kadira, Caller of the Small. They small. For 1 and a green and a white, you get a 3/3 Orc Ranger with trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, for each token you control, create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. Then we've got King Darien, the I don't know how.
XLVIII.
Yeah,
I don't know Roman numerals.
I mean, I could figure it out if I wanted to take the time.
Y'all let us know.
Yeah, we'll just call him Darien. Darien. Anyways, for 1 and a green and a white, you get a 2/3 human soldier. Other creatures you control get a +1/+1. Dope.
Yep.
Then for 3 and a green and a white, you can put a 1/1 counter on King Darien and create a 1/1 white soldier creature token.
I have you now.
Sacrifice Darien. Creature tokens you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. What?
Yeah.
Ding.
Very awesome.
Then we have Prava of the Steel Legion. Is for 2 and a white, you get a 1/4 cat soldier.
Yep.
Legendary.
As
long as it's your turn, creatures tokens you control get +1/+4.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Pretty awesome.
And then for 3 and a white, you can create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. So nice.
Like it, and just does everything that we want. And
this deck, it has a lot of synergy, not just with the creatures, but with
just
the artifacts and the equipments and enchantments.
It's already built in. It's already getting fun, and like I said, it's not going to break your bank. You can keep the wallet just a smidge fatter, even with inflation. So, synergy creatures part 3, I guess. We got
you did it.
Scoot Swarm 2 and a green for a 1/1 insect. Here's the deal though. Landfall. Whenever we put a land on the battlefield, we're going to create a 1/1 green insect creature token. But here's where it gets ridiculous. If we control 6 or more lands, when we play that land, the landfall is actually going to create a token copy of Scoot Swarm. So just stick with me. Most people know how the combo works, but if you don't, here's the deal.
A lot.
So you have the 6 or more lands. You make your creature token, but it'll be the token of Scoot Swarm. So now you have 2. Now, whenever you hit another land, you're gonna make 2 copies of Scoot Swarm, and you're just gonna keep stacking that up so that it goes ×4, and then ×8, and then ×16. Do you see where I'm going with this?
It's one of those that I love to play with.
But when you play against
when you play against, it's just.
And when you're not playing on arena and you're playing like paper, it's really tough to keep up with because it's a lot of math, and the math has got a math. So most of the time, it's probably like an insta scoop. But that's the ridiculousness of Scoot Swarm. Selesnya Eulogist for 2 and a green. It's a 3/3 Centaur Druid. We can pay 2 and a green. We can exile target creature card from a graveyard, so it can be anybody's, which is nice. Then populate, which populate means we create a token of a copy, or token that's a copy of another token we control. So pretty awesome. Then we got Tauren's Fist of Angels. It is a 1 and a Selesnya, so a green and white for a 2/2 human cleric, but it has training. So what that means, whenever this creature attacks, another creature with greater power put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So whenever we're attacking with Ghalta, we can put a 1/1 counter on this. Here's what I really like though. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 green and white human soldier creature token with training. So now it's going to keep getting these guys with training, do 1/1 counters. We got freaking Cathar's Crusade already out there maybe, and we're just 1/1 counters, lots of creatures, lots of tokens.
It's a lot. Don't build this deck unless you're ready to unless you're ready to math. Okay,
this math is
be sure have your token cards ready, have your 1/1 counters ready, have some have
maybe
it
a piece
all.
of paper,
maybe write it down, maybe a calculator.
So it's pretty fun. Lady C, what else we got?
So we've got Heliod, God of the Sun. 3 and a white. You get a 5/6 legendary enchantment creature god with indestructible.
Yup.
As long as your devotion to white is less than 5, he isn't a creature. Other creatures you control have vigilance. Yeah. And then for 2 and 2 white, you can put a 2/1 white cleric enchantment creature token onto the battlefield.
Yeah, and this is the cheaper version of Heliod. Most people think the Heliod is the crazy, you gain life, put 1/1 counters, which you can throw that on here if you want, but that's an expensive card. So this one's the cheaper version, I
nice
believe.
art, too.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Nice. Master of the Wild Hunt. For 2 and 2 green, you get a 3/3 human shaman. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Good lord. You can tap him and then tap all untapped wolf creatures you control. Each wolf tapped this way deals damage equal to its power to target creature. That creature deals damage equal to its power divided as its controller chooses among any number of those.
Now that's a lot of damage!
That's a lot. That's a lot.
So, pretty awesome.
And then we have the Phantom General. For 3 and a white, you get a 2/3 spirit soldier creature tokens you control get +1/+1.
Yep, so that's
Beef
the thing.
'em up.
Just beef and 1/1 counters and all of the fun things that Selesnya lets you do. Some more. Here's some really synergistic cards, and I know that that's probably not a word, but that's a word to me, damn it. So we got Sereth the Viper's Fang. I like to put this in all my, and I mean all of them, green decks. It's 2 and 2 green for a 3/4 human warlock. Here's the deal. Other tap creatures we control are going to have death touch. So every time we attack and if they have vigilance, you get the gist. But other untapped creatures we control have hexproof. So it's got built-in protection. And then when we attack, it's going to be death touch. So it's kind of tough to deal with just in general. Then I can pay 1, tap Sereth, and untap another target creature or land that I control. So pretty awesome. Shalai, Voice of Plenty. For 3 and a white, it's a 3/4 flying angel. You, planeswalkers you control, and other creatures you control have hexproof. So we're just really keeping it tight with our people. Very protective.
We got our protect.
Then we can pay 4 and 2 green, put a 1/1 counter on each creature we control. So pretty awesome. Tristani Selesnya's Voice. For 2 green and 2 white, you make a 2/5 legendary Dryad. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under our control, gain life equal to that creature's toughness. You can also pay 1 in a Selesnya, tap, and then populate. So that means, once again, create the token copy of a creature token that you already own. So lots of crazy stuff
There's
going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on here.
Lots of crazy stuff
going on.
So, Lady C, how about some more crazy stuff?
Angel of Invention. For 3 and 2 white, you get a 2/1 angel with flying, vigilance, lifelink, and fabricate 2, which means when it enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 counters on it, or create 2 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature tokens, and then other creatures you control get +1/+1. That is a lot of value. Lots of
just
value.
For a 5-drop.
Geode Golem, so it's 5 colorless, or whatever color, I guess. Just 5.
Generic. Yeah.
5 for a 5/3 artifact creature golem, or golem.
Golem.
With trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may cast your commander from the command zone without paying its mana cost.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
That's
especially when you have a semi-expensive commander.
Yeah. And then we have Tristani Discordant. For 3 and a green and a white, you get a 1/4 legendary Dryad. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. When Tristani enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own.
Are y'all picking up what we're putting down?
Don't be trying to steal nothing from me.
Yeah, we're just going to take it right back with the Discordant. Some more. Thopter Assembly. For 6 generic, you get a 5/5 Thopter with flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control no Thopters other than Thopter Assembly, return Thopter Assembly to its owner's hand and create 5 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creatures with flying. Then you can do Hornet Queen, which is 4 and 3 green, so 7 total for a 2/2 insect with
Look
flying
at that
and
stinger.
yeah, that's I don't want to see
She looks like
that.
a bitch.
I don't want to see that in real life. It's got flying and death touch. It looks like a death touch.
She's just like shoving that thing in your face, man.
Yeah, that's
That's what she said.
when the Hornet Queen enters the battlefield, you're also going to create 4 1/1 creature insect creatures. I said creature a lot. Insect, green insect creature tokens with flying and death touch. So just a bunch of more bastards coming with her.
Creature.
Yep.
Creature.
Creatures. Speaking of, Mirror Battlesphere for 7 generic, you get a 4/7 artifact mirror construct. When it enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature tokens. Whenever it attacks, you may tap X untapped mirror you control. If you do, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn and deals X damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. So
That's a pretty interesting card.
it is.
That's
It
a
is.
very interesting card.
you
Is
have,
that
like-
a newer one? I haven't seen that
No,
one.
it's been around for a little bit, but it's pretty fun in mirror tribal decks because you just like direct to the face and pump it while you're attacking.
What is a mirror?
Mirror is those little bitty artifact
I know,
guys.
but they look like ants.
Yeah, maybe.
They're like little technological ants.
Here, let's see if I can. Yeah, I mean, they kind of have like a little ant vibe to them.
Well, no, they're in a ball.
It's a battle sphere. They just are they're a very intelligent race, Lady C. Just like ants.
Like ants.
Lady C, how about you take these?
Rampaging Brontodon! This is one of my favorite cards. These 3 cards are some of my all-time favorites.
That's why I saved them for you.
Ah, thank you. Rampaging Brontodon, 5 and 2 green. You get a 7/7 dinosaur with trample. But when it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each land you
That's a
control.
lot of damage.
That's huge.
Yes.
Huge. In race Forerunners, this one is usually a
GG's.
GG's. 5 and 3 green. You get a 7/7 Vigilance, Trample, Haste. When it enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh god. Then you've got Ghalta, Primal Hunger, 10 and 2 green for a 12/12. But 12/12 trample.
Yeah.
But it costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control. This is a token deck. You're gonna have a bunch of creatures out there. You can get them for 2.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be amazing.
It's just-
You've got to have Ghalta out there with a Ghalta commander. It just makes sense.
Ghalta must be there.
You know, there's that other one.
The other one.
Are there still more?
We have some more stuff. Actually, that may be.
Because
hold on. I might have some more. Let's see.
I feel like there's one more.
Nope. That's it.
There's one more creature. Oh, you know why you left it out? Because it's an expensive card.
What are you talking about? Crater Hoof or something?
You know I was talking about Crater Hoof.
Crater Hoof Behemoth is like a $50 card. So if you don't have much of a budget, or if you don't have a budget at all, then throw
Or
it in
you don't
there.
mind proxying.
Or if you want a proxy, because we totally condone that, by the way.
Yeah, we do.
Just cover your ears, wizards. Anyway, let's talk about some synergy enchantments. We talked about a few of these earlier, but Cathar's Crusade, got that. Obviously, the 1/1 counters every time something comes in. Unnatural Growth,
Talked
double
about
the
that
power
one.
and toughness each combat. Then you got Collective Blessing, which is 3, 2 green, and a white, so 6 total. It's an enchantment that pops out there. Creatures we control get +3/+3. So yeah, it's a 6-drop, but I mean, damn.
Lots of beef. Lots of beef.
Oh yeah.
That's what she said.
Lady C.
Intangible Virtue, 1 and a white. You get an enchantment with creature tokens you control, get +1/+1 and have Vigilance.
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And not expensive.
Not at all.
Inspiring Leader, 2 and a white. This is it's a back. Not that this commander
It'll just be
allows
in
for
there.
background, but
Yeah.
whatever. Commander creatures you own have creature tokens you control get +2/+2. So very nice. And then Felidar,
It's Felidar.
Retreat, 3 and a white. It's an enchantment with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose 1. You can create a 2/2 white-cap beast creature token. Or you can put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain Vigilance until end of turn.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very, 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 very nice, I'd say.
Just for putting a land down. So a lot of stuff just for a land. So, yes, what are we thinking so far? What would you add? What would you take away?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments.
What you digging,
below,
what you don't.
What you like, what you don't like, whatever you like. Let's talk about some fun spells. So this is just kind of the rest of your stuff. I mean, they can be synergistic as well, but they're just, your extra stuff that you don't have to put them in.
Synergy.
Some stuff that we think's fun to throw out there as well. So let's talk about it. Fun spells like Fog. So I love having this in my green decks because someone swings in, I just pay my 1. Going to prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. So.
Yeah, you've stayed alive and were able to barely beat me by the skin of your teeth with this card.
Yeah, so it just is what it is.
This is a card that just can really crush the soul of your opponent.
Yeah, because you think you're swinging in for the win, then you're not. And then you're tapped out and they hit you on the crackback. It's happened. It happens.
It's happened.
Then we got Parallel Evolution. It's for 3 and 2 green, so 5 total for sorcery here. Each creature token in play for each creature token in play, its controller puts a creature token into play that's a copy of that creature. So you're going to double all of your tokens. Then it has flashback, so you're going to get to play it from your graveyard for the flashback cost and then exile it. But the flashback is 4 and 3 green, so just 1, or I guess 2 extra, but you get to do it again from your graveyard. So pretty ridiculous. That is the fun spells there. The only one that I think is already in the deck that is in the link below is Colossification, and I missed out on it, but it's a 7-drop, I believe, and you get a little big old cat looking card.
It's beautiful.
It's an enchantment aura. You put it on your creature. It does tap it, but it gives it +20. So
massive.
So your
massive.
So your Ghalta from 12/12 is now 34/34.
Be sure and use it on a creature with trample.
32/32, and it would already have trample.
And then if you have a natural growth,
then it's 64/64. It's it. Now nobody can block that. So I don't care what you got out there. But yes, that is kind of what we're looking at.
And then also paired with that commander, that +20/+20, you're gonna either add a shit ton of tokens or,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a good time. It's a good time. Here's the part where we like to hear from y'all. So y'all listened to us yap for a good while for the past, 30 some odd minutes or so. And we would like to hear from you for a change. So comment below, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up in the Discord, wherever you want to hit us up at. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd be adding, what you'd be taking away, some budget things that we missed out on, because there are some lesser known cards out there. We're not perfect. So this is meant to be more of a budget-ish deck as close as you can. But we may have missed some stuff, or maybe you have some different angles that you could replace more expensive cards and get the same results. So let us know. Let us know on that. Also, we do more than just podcast. We were originally streaming on Twitch for a good while, and we built an awesome community there. But they were doing a lot of ads and stuff like that. And we decided to just, once we start our live streaming, just do it over here on YouTube. So stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed and got the notifications on so you don't miss those. But when we stream, we have a good time. We play a little arena. We play Untap, so we'll play actual paper commander in there with celestials. Sometimes we'll just kind of mess around. I mean, it's just...
Sometimes we stream our podcast live, so you can actually chat in and we can hang out and have a conversation, and then afterwards we do what we call the after party, where we'll take the deck that we just displayed for you here into Untap with actual fellow celestials from the Discord.
Get a little pod going,
and we will see it live in action, and it's a lot of fun.
It is a good time.
So speaking of the Discord, also join the Discord. It's we have so much fun. It's an awesome group of celestials.
Yes.
We do all sorts of deck tech. Our personal favorite is Commander EDH.
Stork Brawl, if we're talking about NTGA.
But everybody in our Discord has different all different types,
Oh yeah.
everything you want. So
Yep.
join in
do it all.
if you're just beginning and you want to learn how
Yep.
to build decks, play Magic. Come on in. If you're super experienced, come on in. Everybody is
Because we have all the levels, and
welcome.
everybody is super awesome and super helpful. So if you're like, hey, what can y'all help me build some of this stuff? Like that's the constant
That's
thing
what it's
that
for.
happens.
That's what we
So,
do, and it's a lot of fun.
Yep. And so it's just a good time. And if you're a fellow streamer or content creator too, we got a whole shameless plug channel, so people come in and that's how they discover other people too. So that's what it's all about. We're just here to build a community. So definitely want to be in on that. However, that is the whole video, so we won't hold y'all much longer. We got to get back to our own realm, and we will be back when we are back. So, until next time, I am Strike-R Lightherder.
I am Lady Celestria.
Together we are Celestial Strike. We will see y'all next time. Take it sleazy.
Bye.
Peace.